Hey guys, in this video today we're going to be looking at cowlick and whether or not cowlick is a sign of early balding. We're also going to show you what causes cowlick, and then we're going to show you some pretty cool hairstyles that can help hide it. So guys, before we get into the video on cowlick, if you are worried about your own hair loss, you can click the link in the description, upload a quick hair selfie, answer a few short questions, and then you're going to get a free Hairguard analysis. So what you're going to learn about today in this video is, first we're going to look at what cowlick is, we're going to look at the causes of cowlick, we're going to see whether or not it can be fixed, then we're going to tell you how to tell the difference between cowlick and balding, then we're going to look at some other signs of early balding, and then we've got 5 great hairstyles to help you hide and tame your own cowlick. So first, what is cowlick? A cowlick is a hair growth pattern that results in the trademark swirl appearance. It's commonly seen on the crown, but it can also be found on the back or front hairline of the scalp. The name for this phenomenon comes from the pattern seen on bovine calves after the mother has licked her young clean. So what causes a cowlick? The hair strands on your scalp will go in one of 3 directions: forwards, backwards or sideways. A cowlick occurs when the hair gets confused as to which direction it should grow. There are no boundaries on the scalp which tell hair follicles which way to produce hairs, and as such it's common for an area or two to have a few confused follicles which result in a cowlicked appearance. Can cowlick be fixed? Well, the short answer is no. Hair follicles develop in utero. They first produce lanugo, which is later replaced by both vellus and terminal hairs. This means the direction of your hairs is in place since before birth and there is no way to fix it. Instead, many people with prominent cowlicks will use strategic hairstyles to cover up the swirl. So how can you tell the difference between cowlick and balding? While a cowlick can give an appearance of balding, there is one way to tell whether it's a natural anomaly or an early sign of balding, and in short the answer is miniaturization. Now, hair loss, whether caused by stress, DHT or illness, can lead to a process known as hair miniaturization. This happens when the cause of hair fall isn't treated properly and the follicle begins to lose its integrity. As miniaturization occurs, the hair growth cycle shortens. This results in shorter hairs being produced during anagen phase. Eventually the hair strands can no longer penetrate the scalp and baldness occurs. When miniaturization is allowed to continue, the follicle will soon die. Once this occurs, there is no hope of hair growth. As a natural phenomenon, a cowlick does not cause follicle miniaturization. Therefore, if no miniaturization is present, then balding is not a current issue. This doesn't mean that balding cannot happen in the future. However, the lack of miniaturization indicates that at this time, no recession is taking place. So what are some of the other signs of early balding? Even though a cowlick doesn't indicate early hair loss, it's good to know what to look out for should your look change. Now here's a brief look at some of the earlier signs. One is the thinning and wispy hair, noticing the texture and volume of your hair changing. Another sign is noticeable shedding. Losing 50 to 100 hairs per day is normal. However, seeing excess on your pillow or shower can indicate balding. Also, the stereotypical M-shaped pattern, receding hairline, an itchy and flaky scalp, and also a family history including an increased risk of male pattern baldness. Now, while a bit of expert styling can cover up even the most noticeable cowlicks, you'll need to choose a style that works with the location of it. So let's take a look at popular hairstyles for different locations. The first we've got here is the textured look, and with such a prominent, so this is if your cowlick is at the hairline, because with such a prominent location, you may be unsure how to expertly cover up the cowlick without making your intentions obvious. And one style for doing this is the textured look. Now the textured look can be done on either long or short hair, and it can be combined with other styles such as the taper. However, the main goal of the style is to draw attention away from the cowlick by adding a messy textured look. You can do this by brushing your hair upwards or in the direction of the growth. The next we're going to look at is the buzz cut. If you like to go for a much shorter look, the buzz cut is a good way to add intentional style while hiding the cowlick. A buzz cut is a very short haircut and it's frequently associated with the military. There are varying levels of length associated with the buzz cut, though all are a variation of short and very close to the scalp. With a buzz cut, the cowlick will become unnoticeable as the hair cannot be swirled. Also, we've got the undercut at the crown. Now, if your cowlick is at the crown, they're sometimes the most noticeable, but they're also the easiest to hide. For this location, we recommend a longer style. However, if you're looking for something a bit different than the standard trim, give the undercut a look. And an undercut is just as it sounds. The hair on the bottom is the shortest, and the length on top can be anywhere from medium to long. The long hair on top will weigh down the hair near the cowlick as well as cover the area. Number 4 is we've got the Ivy League, and this is great if your cowlick is at the crown. It's also known as the Princeton or Harvard clip. The Ivy League is a coiffed and professional cut with the possibility of becoming fun and casual. The standard Ivy League is a tapered look with the hair on top brushed directly upwards or to the side. However, the Ivy League can also be combined with other styles such as the textured for a messier look. And then finally, my favourite is the fade. Now, similar to the taper, a fade haircut starts longer on top and slowly tapers to a shorter look. Where the two cuts differ is in the technique. The fade is a much more detailed, and it aims to slowly fade your hairline into the skin. This is why it's such a great option for hair growth anomalies at the nape of the neck. With the fade, your cowlick will disappear, but it does as it does with the buzz cut, but you still have the length on top to style as you see fit. Now, the majority of people, both men and women, have a cowlick or two. As such, it isn't a good indicator of early hair loss. Instead, there are more reliable signs to rely on, such as hairline recession and family history. And fortunately, even if hair loss is an issue, there are steps you can take to slow or stop its progression. So as mentioned, if you are worried about your own hair loss, don't forget to click the link in the description. You'll get your free Hairguard analysis, and don't forget to hit subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.